All right, you ready?
Go. Yep.
All right, let's do it. Hey, what's up? This is ChoseN, and this video is going to be a first impressions discussion about this new game that is in beta and has a lot of hype called Magic Legends, based on the Magic the Gathering universe. Joining me is going to be a really good friend of mine, ColdBrew. He has also played it and dabbled a little bit, so we're going to have a little discussion back and forth about our first initial impressions about the game so that you can get some context on trying it or not. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and now I'm joined by the one, the only, the ice cold. What is up, Cold Brew?
Ice cold.
Ice
I'm
cold.
good, man. What about you?
You've leveled up to ice cold. You are below freezing temperature. I know I'm doing good. I know you had dabbled a little bit in Magic Legends, so thought it'd be fun to just kind of give our thoughts why we either liked it or didn't like it. And I know my feelings on playing it. Now, admittedly, neither one of us is like endgame, super pro, but we're going to be giving you our perspective as content creators. We play a lot of different games. We do a lot of different projects. So we're just going to lay out our thoughts as to if it's something we would recommend and how we kind of felt about it as we were testing it out. So first of all, how you doing? What's new with you?
I'm all good. Just playing Raid mostly, and another game which I'm gonna introduce to the channel soon enough. But yeah, I also tried out Magic Legends a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Well, then I'll let you go ahead and start. What was your first impressions when you were trying it out, and what got you to try it out, and just kind of all that type of stuff?
Look, it was just the buzz from everywhere. People talking about this brand new game that's released on beta. It's not even released fully yet. I think it's beta, right? Not alpha.
I think it's beta.
Anyway, yeah. So everybody was talking about it. They said, some of them said they were excited about it. So I said, okay, I'll try it out. It's free to play. I downloaded it. It wasn't a really big game to download. It's an ARPG game, so similar to Diablo, which I played before. I had some experience, played other games before, but I mostly played ARPGs. Well, Diablo for an ARPG game. So Magic Legends didn't really look that interesting to me from the first couple of hours that I played. Didn't play it for too many hours, about 2 hours of gameplay. I would say maybe I needed way more to get into it, but I think it just didn't grab me. Maybe on how the camera controls worked. I had to move my camera all the time just to reposition myself looking at the enemies, and the way that the skills worked was interesting. That's what I would like to say. The way that they rotated through was like picking up a card from a deck. That's how I think the developers wanted it to feel, like getting a random skill every couple of I don't know, seconds, and using that against your enemies. So that was the idea of the game for the 2 hours that I played.
Yeah.
So I think you played it for a bit more.
Yeah, I played it a little bit more. I think, yeah, no, so it works differently. So as you can see here on the screen, you've got your skills down here that you can cast. They're based on cards that you draw. You kind of build your deck, and that's going to be like the skills that your champion has available to it, and then they cycle through. There's a little bit of RNG and management of kind of making sure you got the right card available at the right time, and that type of stuff. So yeah, it's not a mechanic I have really dealt with a lot. I come from more of the Diablo 2, Diablo 3 type of realm, so a little bit different for me as well. But the thing is it's okay. I thought it's all right. It just didn't strike me as like incredible, something that would really pull me in super hardcore to get me to want to like log in every day and go nuts playing 10 hours a day farming XP. But it's not like bad or anything, you know? So I guess I'm kind of like neutral, which is boring, but if I had to pick, because saying you're neutral is boring, I would say I guess I didn't like it. If I had to pick a side.
Yeah, a game that doesn't make me want to log in, it doesn't give me a reason to want to log in and try it out, or even give me a reason to spend any money on it, because this is a free-to-play game, but with freemium transactions in it, which are packs and everything. It didn't give me a reason to open the packs. It didn't feel any way connected to, okay, open these packs because you're gonna get this. It just felt like another way for them to make money. So I just didn't log in again since I downloaded it and played it.
And you can't
Played it
like
once.
you can't like group up from the start, which was silly. I thought like you got to get to a certain point in the game, like 3, 4, 5 hours down the road, and then you can like group up and start doing stuff. Like you should be able to try out a game with your friends from level 1. Boom, let's group up, let's play together, let's learn this thing. I thought that was a massive mistake. I also don't like how you can move the camera with the right click. I think you were talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's what confused me a bit.
Mm,
It's I needed to reposition the camera all the time when I was moving around, just so I
and
can do the skills of my character.
I don't know if that's just us being cranky and old school, like we're not used to it, or
Maybe.
if that's like, I mean, I'll give him kudos for trying something new. Like because in Diablo 3 you can't like rotate the camera and stuff. But
Yeah.
I just end up not liking it. Like it's just a mechanic that gets in the way. Like I just want to focus on playing and have the camera manage itself. So I don't know, but I guess they could argue, well, then just don't use it. Like if you don't like it, just don't use it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but I felt it was there for a reason for us to use it and move around. So so we changed our perspective of viewing the character and where to use your skills. But yeah, it wasn't the reason that made me dislike it, but it was one of the little things that uh, made it annoying for me
Mhm.
while I was playing.
And you brought up something interesting that I said I wanted to save this discussion for when we were recording. The viewership on Twitch you had talked about.
Right, because when I started out the game and I just went on Twitch or YouTube to try to see, okay, what are the thoughts of everyone on it? Went on Reddit even. There were many mixed reviews on Reddit, mostly. Viewership on Twitch was very low. Like I just checked it right now, 500 viewers on a brand new game that has the support of a brand behind it, as Magic the Gathering. It's not like a game that doesn't have any kind of IP. So this one has IP. It's not Blizzard, but it does have a following that might have been able to draw many more players than it actually has.
I don't know, like the IP of Magic the Gathering is pretty close to Blizzard. Like
Is it?
I
Yeah.
probably not quite because Blizzard's a little bit more diversified. They have StarCraft, Diablo 3,
Yeah.
Hearthstone, but the Magic the Gathering is huge. Like more people play Magic the Gathering than Hearthstone, and Hearthstone
Oh, okay.
is massive. At least the last time I looked, I thought more people play Magic. It's like 25 to 30 million players instead of like 15 to 20 million players for Hearthstone. So
Yeah, maybe over there in the US it's more widespread, the amount of players that play it, but in Europe I'm not sure. Like I've never played
yeah,
Magic.
and I have friends that are very into it. But like you, I was never really into it.
Okay.
I mean, it looks cool. But I just it's something I never really got into. I was more into like the StarCraft and Diablo type scene. But and then when you brought that up, I was like, well, Raid Shadow Legends, which we all cover mainly, that used to have like 100 viewers on Twitch when it first came out. So you can't. So I was like, you can't always judge it. But then, like you said, Raid didn't have that IP. Like Raid isn't Diablo or Magic the Gathering or Star Wars or whatever. Raid was kind of like starting from nothing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Raid started from nothing, and it was a mobile game at the start. It didn't have the PlariumPlay Client at the start. You couldn't have a dedicated client to play it at the maximum graphics and how it is right now, which is way better on PC than on mobile. But when it started out, it was much more basic than it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I honestly thought Magic would have had big streamers over on Twitch actually trying it out, as they do with all games. Like they trying to get into the hype of everyone trying it so they get more viewership, maybe expand their audience. This didn't have it, or maybe it was only for a few days and then everybody lost interest. I didn't follow it. to really get an understanding. But with all the other games that pop up throughout the year, you usually see many streamers try out a new game and see how it goes. And usually that's the game that's hyped at the time, and it should have been Magic at the this week and the past week.
Yeah, I would say my first impressions would be that it's probably not going to have the staying power to be a big time game for years. I think it'll get flashes of hype, like based around the beta, and then maybe when it hits live, it'll get another push of hype. Personally, I don't see it having a whole lot of staying power, if I'm just being brutally honest, based on my experience, because like my experience, granted, I've only played it like 5 hours, but that's the most crucial time to decide if a player is going to get into your game, become a spender, become part of the community. That's a crucial time. And during that 5 hours, it didn't grab me like a game like Raid did.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Didn't grab me either. Didn't feel a connection to any of the characters because, well, I didn't know the IP, so I didn't see. Okay, I understood Necromancer was the character that I picked, but okay, it looked good on my computer. But there's so many games out there that look good right now. There's so many good developers, studios out there that make good games that are just lost. So maybe this, for me personally, I don't recommend it. Don't recommend to try it. But it's free, so if you have some time, might as well.
Yeah, I like how it looks. It looks like you said, fine. But yeah, that's kind of the standard now is covering that and then going from there, because there's just too many millions of dollars pumped into games now. But yeah, okay, so I think we're on the same page when it comes to Magic. And by the way, if you want to try it, it's free to play. Like, you want to try it for a few hours, do it. You don't have to take our word for it or be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to try it. If you're excited and hyped to try it, go ahead and try it. You might disagree or have a different perspective from your point of view, but it seems like we were on the same page. Is there anything else you wanna touch base on while we're together in the video?
Well, yeah, just saying, just because it's free to play doesn't mean that I just go for games that are free to play. If I see value to it, once I get into a game that's free to play, I'll put in some money depending on the packs that have reasonable value, just so I can show my at least appreciation for what it gave me, the value that it gave me as a game.
Yep.
And if it didn't give me that in the 2 hours that I played, it means that it would have been just wasted money for myself. So that's just something that I wanted to add.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do the same thing. I have no problem spending $10, $20 when I try out a free-to-play game. If they've got like a beginner's starter boost pack or whatever, if it looks cool where it's like, ooh, yeah, I get a lot of stuff and I could try out this game for a few days or something, yeah, I have no problem throwing the developers that. But like, just how it looks in here, it just does a bad job of like portraying value to you. And again, maybe I'm in the minority here, but yeah, I agree with you on that. It just didn't jump out to me as like, ooh, I could really get after it here and spend $20 and enjoy this game for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. Go ahead and let people know what you're up to over on your channel, and I'll link to it down below. And I'm sure people know who Cold Brew is around this neck of the woods by now.
I'm doing my usual content over on my channel, but I'll plan to introduce a new game maybe this week or starting next week. That's it basically for my channel, and just waiting for the next Doom Tower to release also, which is going to be fun. New bosses there. So that's in terms of raid content.
Yep, new secret rooms and new bosses, and I guess probably 90% of the people watching this play Raid. So I'll quickly, for 1 minute, get your thoughts on the. Did you do a video on the new bosses?
Yeah. Did a new video. I like the bosses, how hard they are. I think one of them is extremely hard. The other one, I think that it's doable. The one with the 2 ads.
Yep.
Where you reset your cooldowns when you kill one of the ads, and you can actually increase the boss's cooldowns. Maybe there's a rotation there that
I didn't catch that when I did my video. I didn't catch like, oh, you could increase the cooldowns. He's a boss. He's not immune to that. So yeah, I agree with you. I think the Griffin will be harder. What did you think about the 2 sets? The Guardian
The
set.
sets are good. I think they're going out of the good direction in terms of designing the sets. Maybe they should revisit the past sets that they made. But the two new sets seem like an improved version of Lifesteal and a better version for a more tanky champion. And instead of just immortal gear to gain some health and have extra health, the tank. This is like a way to regain some health, but also protect your allies. So I like both of them.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I liked the Guardian set more. I thought the beefed up Lifesteal set was super uncreative. It's just a better Lifesteal. At least, like you said, at least the better Immortal. It brings a new mechanic. It's like permanent ally protection. So it at least changes how the team.
It is.
But the Lifesteal set, it's just crit rate and Lifesteal. Like, it's not creative. But you're right. It's a good set. It's for sure a good set.
It's a good set.
Yeah.
Especially for players looking for Lifesteal to get into Clan Boss.
I think they could have been a little bit more creative. I would have had it be 30% heal based on damage inflicted, which is normal. And then I would have had it be like 5% shield based on damage inflicted. Like,
so like an overhealing.
Yeah, like change the mechanic of how it functions instead of just crit rate and lifesteal. But anyway, we're off the
rambling on raid.
We're rambling on raid. See, you get us distracted. And we'll end up on having a 45-minute video. It was supposed to be about Magic Legends. The consensus is, it's all right. It's neutral. But neither one of us are really super stoked about it. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me, brother. It's always fun. Have a good one.
Thanks, man. You too.
All right. See ya. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for this one. As always, a huge shout out to Cold Brew for taking the time to sit down and have a discussion with me. And as always, a link to his channel will be down below in a pinned comment, so you should definitely go check out his stuff as well. So thank you for watching. As always, have a good rest of your day. Peace.